So yeah, now we have to deal with the ultimate. So we know it does about 75% of our health pretty easily. She just has to get it somewhere near you. So using the shift, the only benefit to that is that it gets us back to full health. So basically, our only option was to get out of here. So yeah, I think you tried to like use the shield to hunker down right here, but yeah, we found out that's not going to work at all. But if we would have gone to him, that actually would have made us escape. And then this guy would have taken it, but it wouldn't have been that bad. And then looks like she got hit by it as well. So she also did not react to the flanker. You can see how long it took her to turn around. So she already took a ton of damage, probably from the Phoenix hits and whatever else. So she's already on the verge of death. So that was like that's a good example of what not to do. And yeah, so Phoenix probably even targeted her and got the kill off that, because she knew it was low health. Yeah, that's a ton of damage right there. It looks good. And our Punisher missed her. So yeah. So surprising, I mean, from all the way over there, it still hits you for like full damage. But yeah, well, I think my best tip for this is like to get out of here somehow. So we could go to him, but we also basically are wanting to escape from behind if it's possible, which it wasn't really possible. There's nowhere really to go. And then we just have too much of the team collapsing on us anyway, so they definitely won that fight handedly. Yeah, overall, they have a better team in the sense that like they stick together better, they heal each other better, they deal damage better. Whereas we are too often seeing this person and this person get died by something, and this person also seems to be a little slower than you want, which, you know, you kind of start to get rid of that type of stuff as you progress in rank from here. Because like you don't seem like slow to me, right? Like your turnaround speed, your target focus speed, the speed seems fine. But I know if we expect some of these people, they're just like too slow, and it's like impossible to be good, to really rank up that much while being slow. So yeah, I mean, he's just like going back and forth right here, even though he's like taking way too much damage. So he should have backed up. Potentially you could have used your ultimate to trigger like a team fight, but yeah, I mean, there's no reason for him to do that. I mean, you had nobody with you, so like it's not a good time to use the ultimate. So that was just totally all on him, because all he has to do is start going down this way, and he would survive that. So, but this is what we're starting from. So she just saved you right there. So you can save yourself by using the shield, right? Or since you're kind of disengaging for a long time, you can also use your fox form to give yourself immediate healing, push backwards. So yeah, like about right here is like you're at a real risk of dying already. So it's fine that like, I mean, she saved you literally like the last second. So yeah, and then we use the shift super late. So yeah, having, you know, training that reaction time on whatever hero we want to be. We know our abilities and we train our reaction time to be like, bam, you know, I'm just out of there. I use the shift right away. That's the kind of reaction we need as we progress in rank, 100%. It's just super necessary. Yeah. So since we don't need ult charge, we don't even need to do that. She's not healing you for some reason. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, that'll give you some. And then your team is all like going through here and stuff. Where'd the Punisher go? Ooh, okay, so there was a team breakdown. We have the Penny decided Black Widow's the best choice. This guy stopped moving. So yeah, this type of thing, it doesn't make any sense because you guys are not doing that bad. You have a great chance of stopping the cart. and potentially stopping the card completely, like right here, or getting them to 0 seconds, which puts us in overtime. Yeah, it looks like you guys very nearly got it to the end as well. So we're having a team breakdown, which is totally unnecessary. Also, after we've already been suffering from our team, you know, like there is a team diff happening as well, but it's still winnable. Like that's the thing about these games, is like you can pull out wins. But just noting what I'm noticing. Yeah, I'm quite like against like having like a bunch of negative vibes. You know, like losses are gonna happen, team diffs are gonna happen, and it's just a matter of trying to squeak out as many wins as we can, regardless. Nice focus, nice Magneto kill. Good use of staying in the ultimate, so we got like good team fight logic here. That's cool. So that's a nice technique. You wanted to like put some early damage with the Fox form and get in there, and then start using your ultimate. That's cool. So yeah, you got to back up a lot here, so it's not going that well, but pretty good though. Pretty good. So yeah, that's like we're gonna die, right? That's what the Phoenix ultimate means. Let's go ahead and see. I mean, why did we get cooked so hard? It was going well for a second there. So they used theirs at like basically the same time. They're both using theirs. He dies. We don't. So he died again, and he just died. So we're like equal now. That went kind of well. Now we're using these. Now for some reason we just get cooked. So yeah, I mean that realistically you couldn't really get away from that, but we do want to build that instinct of like trying to survive shit. But yeah, I mean realistically there's nothing we could really do here, but it just made me think like the way you kind of moved forward and stuff like that kind of seemed like the wrong whatever, but like the instincts seemed like they could, or not the instincts, the reactions seem like they could use some work as far as like, okay, that all happened, we're in trouble, the Phoenix ult is literally about to kill me right now, so what can I possibly do? I just use my shift, so realistically I don't have any options. Maybe I have my Fox form. But yeah, basically if we can get around this corner like he is, then we'll be safe from it, because the things don't go through walls like that. That's pretty much our only option from where we are at, right? There's nothing else we can really do. So yeah, just building up those reactions, even though this situation is so bad, you know, it's just going to go bad no matter what here. But just from the way you've moved, it triggered me to think that, so. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So yeah, we have a legit thrower here as well. They didn't even play the end. And you'll see a bunch of stuff like this, pretty interesting. But like that person was kind of like not playing well like the whole time as well. And sometimes it's the player who plays really good, then then that one will throw. But anyway, it doesn't matter, whatever, human psychology stuff doesn't matter. The throwers, we get throwers on our team and we get throwers on the other team as well. So basically I'm thinking, because we have this guy, potentially that can make our life a lot easier. Because this enables, for example, because we had the Black Widow run through here or whatever, it's easier since we have to put so much focus on getting the tanks or whatever. So having a rocket is kind of convenient because we can blast a few shots over there and get some healing over there. So that was just kind of what I was thinking. Nice, nice. Yeah, it's like for some reason they're taking too much damage and stuff like that. It's not bad. I mean, you kind of threaten them, maybe, and you're building a bunch of alt charge by attacking them in between when you need to heal somebody again. But yeah, so we shouldn't ignore him here, because that was my first thought, is like, the thing is basically guaranteed to die. with the way that he's going out. I figured he would go out, or I figured he would just rush out and die in like a second. But yeah. So potentially we could have supported him and saved him there. But it's honestly not a bad lesson for him to learn that, like, what you're doing doesn't make any sense, and there's not enough healing for you. So it's almost like a false lesson for him if we try to save him a bunch with a ton of healing. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a flip-flop back and forth effect there of which one. So I think it's okay that he died so early here, because he was most likely going to push out too far by himself and die anyway. But that's like a thing, like that will go away as we progress. Like, I mean, it still happens like Grandmaster. I'm sure it still happens. I mean, once I got to Celestial, like that's just how high as I got so far. Then it's like, I don't know, man. People don't really make like that much of a mistake, where people just have no, you know what I mean? They're kind of like playing as if you're playing like a campaign mode single player game or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? You're just literally by yourself. You know, like having that awareness of whether or not you're by yourself. What are the numbers like in your immediate context? You know, that stuff starts to be really. So yeah, it looks like you got kind of stuck for a second there, so that was a huge risk. You know, he almost killed you, so a little bit better movement with the map there. That's always something that's relevant, man, because that shit will just, you know, that was something I had to learn a long time ago. Is like, sometimes I would just die because of like a tiny moment like that, so that's inevitably something that is important. So yeah, this could be a rough spawn to get out of, so, and we're doing okay. Oh yeah, nice focus, because we saw that healer right there. But yeah, not the best though, because kind of the way that we stayed right here is kind of risky. We definitely could have died to something, we just happened to not have. And then we had a late reaction to helping out this guy, so we kind of like stayed here for too long, then we backed up, and we were just kind of looking this way the whole time. But I can tell by the sounds and stuff, I can tell that there's a guy right here. I can tell that. So I basically went to, you know, as soon as possible. I'm already doing that, rather than only once I come back here, then I start doing it. Yeah, that was like basically, I mean, it was kind of necessary to kill to save him, but yeah, you basically would have died there. You basically did die there or whatever. But yeah, another terrible play from this guy. But hopefully, I mean, we did. It's important. It's actually a good thing to note that now he is Angela instead of Thing, because Thing is very vulnerable to dying in that way. So it's good that he switched. And we still have the thrower, but I mean, at least he's trying to flank, and hopefully he's maybe he'll kill somebody one of these times. So, you know, potentially this can work out. I call that like a soft throw. You know, he's switched to Black Widow and stuff, but he's still going to try to play. And if things start going well, then most likely he'll play a little bit more effectively as well. So it is what it is. It happens pretty often. So yeah, I mean, I don't really know. I mean, we were low health, and so this is another like ultimate knowledge thing. This guy is like CC immune to almost everything. I think there's like a couple things I can get him, but in general, that's part of his ultimate, is that he's protected from like everything. So we can't do that to him. We can't use the right click on him, and he's in a healing ultimate. There's no way we're gonna do enough damage to him. So we should have like already been responding to this, and because we are aware of how his ultimate works, and we're seeing the other ultimates as well, you know, we basically we're gonna do what they do, basically go back through here, or at least just back up and not die to it right away. And also we were low health for a long time, so it's like we need to get health somehow, and I mean, we're already gonna die to this anyway, and especially when we only have that much health. So yep. But this is great news, because they just used their ultimates. We no longer have a healer, but we'll see what happens. We just had that death as well. Man, this is starting really bad for that we're going to make it quite far here.